Eugenio Suárez, my man. 4-home run game in a loss. Who would have thunk? I think the against the Braves. So in a 8-7 loss, Atlanta Braves in 10 innings. Arizona Diamondback third baseman Eugenio Suarez hit 4 homers, and then they lost. The last one to do it, JD Martinez, also a Diamondback in 2017. There have been more perfect games in MLB history, 24, than 4 home run games, 19, which is pretty insane. Though he was only hitting 167 with 6 home runs going in, he now has 10, and he is now leading the major leagues in home runs. So, though he only has 19 hits and 10 of them are home runs, doesn't matter what you do if you got that many pumps, bro. So, congratulations to him. Huge comeback win for them, or not comeback. No, huge, not comeback. It was a huge comeback when he hit the last one off the closer. But then they ended up losing the game. That stinks. But one thing they could have done is pitch me. Sorry, I had to plug myself in because I had really good numbers against Suarez. You just go look it up. All right, moving on. This is Heliot Ramos hitting a squibber back to the pitcher, overthrowing first. Jake Berger dives out for it. Heliot Ramos is really confused. He doesn't know if he's going to stay on second. He tries to go for third. This is one of the biggest nightmare plays in the 9th inning, and he ends up scoring the winning run, and the game is over on the first pitch of the inning. And once again, Luke Jackson's out on the mound like, dude. A little league home run to win a major league game. Pretty insane. Really, really ugly for the Rangers, though. Hate to see it. Speaking of comebacks, not really. Speaking of walk-offs, the Nats complete a wild comeback against my New York Mets. Producer David, DK, was actually at the game on Sunday, so he saw this happen in real time. Down 6 runs early, the Nationals rallied in dramatic fashion to stun the first-place Mets for 8-7 victory in Sunday for the second walk-off of the series. Luis Garcia Jr.'s grounded to first, was backhanded by Pete Alonso. A poor throw to Ryan Stanek turned into, well, not quite mayhem what we just saw, but close. And they ended up completing the 8-7 return or comeback to win the game, to take the series from the Mets. It's their 4th comeback win of the season and their 2nd walk-off win over the Mets in the same series. They've won an MLB high, tying 7 games by 1 run. Look at the Nats. Scary team to face when the game's close, it seems. In other news, John Schneider and Kevin Gausman, members of the Blue Jays, both were ejected from yesterday's game against the New York Yankees after Kevin Gausman threw 53 pitches and was pulled in the 3rd inning. Just so you know, the standard in Major League Baseball is 35. Usually when you get to 35, they're like, we should get this guy out of here because he might get hurt. And he threw half of his normal pitch count in 1 inning and was pulled. Schneider actually wasn't thrown out, though, in the 3rd inning like Gausman. He was thrown out in the 5th, arguing a different call. However, Gausman made sure he got his words in before he then fell down the stairs. So that happened. Hey, those Yankee Stadium stairs are scary. And also, there's a little lip that I've hit my head on before. So it's funny. He was looking too. And then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. In more news, more Jarren Duran news, which this one pissed me off. So I might stay on this for a second. But a fan was ejected in Cleveland for taunting Red Sox Jarren Duran about his mental health issues and his attempt on his own life that he admitted to or confessed to on the Red Sox Netflix documentary series. Duran said that a fan in front row near the Red Sox dugout in Cleveland said something inappropriate to him after the All-Star fielder flied out in the 7th inning, when they were up by 10, which is ridiculous. Duran stayed on the top step, glared at him, and the guy kept yelling at him to the point where everyone around him was like, dude, will you relax? Like, there's no call for this stuff. Evidently, allegedly, he said, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna use that today. Allegedly, it was a, hey, you should have gotten the job done or something similar. We don't condone that, but I will say, in order to approach, first of all, in order to heckle a big leaguer about anything, just yelling into their face is one thing, right? That is completely, I would say, to a point, it's like whatever. Like, it's not my style. I don't like to just yell at people for no reason because they play sports. But to yell something like that is maybe one of the biggest loser behavior things I've ever seen. This dude should just, not only should he just not go to baseball games, he should just like not really be talked to very much by many people. There's no excuse for that. There are consequences to your actions. F around and find out, I guess. But get that guy out of here. Never want to see him again. There's huge laundry list of things you can yell at players. Just pick one of the normal ones, you dork. Save it. Anyway, got him out. He tried to run away because, of course, he did, because he's a loser, and eventually was kicked out. So hopefully justice was served. But still, want to say it one more time. Jarren Duran saying that publicly, that he went through those things and he did the things that he did, is courageous, and I commend him for it. Last couple things. More injuries for the Dodgers, but does it matter? Not really, because they have 1,000 starting pitchers, but Blake Snell remains in the IL for the shoulder issue, and Tyler Glasnow has now left 2 starts in a row early. That is not what you want to see, especially from a guy who's trying to throw more than 131 innings for the first time in his career. But I think they're going to be okay. I'm also buddies with these two dudes, so I really, really want them to be healthy and feel better. But you hate to see this type of stuff happen, especially with the amount of money this guy was paid in the offseason, and then this guy has those big goals, and these little things keep happening to him. I wish that he just felt better more often. Devin Williams out of the closer role already. We are still in April for the New York Yankees. He is rocking an 11.25 ERA with the career worst marks in strikeout rate, 18%, whiff rate, 24%, and walk rate, 15%, in 8 innings across 10 appearances. He is really struggling. Aaron Boone says that most likely Weaver will take over most of those opportunities and get Devin an opportunity to figure it out. The problem is no one's mishitting his fastball. His fastball scares nobody. They just sit on the airbender, which is not being located very well. And that's what happens when you're a 2-pitch pitcher. You have to stay nasty forever. But I am not worried about him so much. I think that eventually he will figure it out. Maybe just not having the pressure of being the Bronx closer right away is sometimes you just need that to happen. That said, Luke Weaver has a 0 in 13 innings pitched, so he's also throwing really well. Sometimes another guy just pitches better than you. It's just that simple. I know this is older news, but Ronald Acuna responds to Jared Kelenic watching a ball go off the wall and then getting thrown out second base because he was not running hard out of the box. Nothing was said to Jared Kelenic. It was not brought up. He wasn't benched. He wasn't anything. And Acuna took exception to that because in the past he had been benched for something similar. Now, there's two differences in this situation. One, Kelenic went for second and he got thrown out. That was more glaring, I think, getting thrown out. Acuna never even had the opportunity to go to second. He was just on first. So it's a different situation. One is much more obvious than the other one in terms of, to stay on first base, you never ever sped up. That's a little bit more, looks worse. Let's just put it that way. That said, it's not really a caveat. It doesn't really change anything. Just want to point that out. It's important to make sure we know the context. But he said he went on he went on the internet and said on Twitter, if it were me, they would have took me out of the game. And then he deleted that reply. I believe it was a reply, to Bowman's post. To Mark Bowman on Twitter. And then he deleted that post 1 hour later. Yes, it's kind of crazy. Snitker was like, I didn't see it. So he seemed like he didn't really care that much, but when your stud doesn't does stuff like that. It's just kind of like, dude, we don't have to deal with this, man. I'm sorry. Like, I know there was some stuff in the past about Acuna talking about Freddie Freeman, kind of hazing him too much. And this might be just like a personality thing or an ego. I don't know. There's sometimes egos get bruised a little bit, and that happens. But Ronald Acuna Jr. is their best player, and that cannot be refuted. So just want to give my opinion on it. I'd be like, hey, Ronald, who cares, man? Who cares?